the maker of the heavens and the earth. You created everything that the mind of a living soul can imagine, but none created thee. That is why we say you are immortal, you are invisible, you are omnipotent. This very God that every generation who has ever had the grace of knowing thee have always testified to your goodness. That is the same God that we kneel and bow before. This God is our refuge and our strength, a very present help, even in this time of Janjaweed trouble, even in this time of Fulani rage and terrorism. Therefore we shall fear no evil. This IPOB shall fear no evil. Even if the whole world is against us, even if Britain intensifies their effort to crush this very light of hope in sub-Saharan Africa, even though they shake the mountains, even though the seas may rise, even though they may give all the weapons and ammunition to the Zoological Republic, no matter what they do, no matter how they foment their rage, it doesn't matter to us. For God, Chukokika Biama, is in the land of Biafra. We shall never ever be moved. This God of the ancients will help us now and forevermore. For Biafra shall come, and this Lord of hosts is with us. Chukwokika Biama, the same God of Jacob, this same God of Shadrach and Meshach and Abednego, this God that never abandons his people, this same God is our refuge, and we proclaim it unashamedly that this God that we kneel and bow before, we shall worship thee, for Biafra is your promise, your word is yea and amen. Instead of your word not to come to pass, heaven and earth will cease to exist. Upon this very hope we anchor.
Welcome, my amazing viewers. Thank you so much for joining me on my program once again. I appreciate you wherever you are connected from around the world. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please kindly subscribe to my channel. Click the notification bell so you'll be notified each time I upload a video. You will be among the first to receive it. Thank you so much, and remember this. Today, once again, we are talking about the situation of the contraption called Nigeria. But before we go into that, I have to remind you of the prayer that we are making. The prayer that our spirit leader Mazi has told us to make. If you are not joining the prayer, please try as much as possible to join. It is not yet late. It is not late. Mazi is praying for you and I, even where he is in captivity. He's praying for you. You can see each time he sends his message across, his message of prayer, he is asking us to pray, and he's praying for us. Wherever Mazi is, he is so strong, very, very strong, more than ever. He has a very strong spirit. Why is it that those of us who are outside have to be weak? Why must we that are outside begin to push him back? Those of us who are outside, we have to pray much more than ever. Continue to support Mazi the best way we can. Mazi is doing everything he can do as a human to make sure that he keeps his own side of the bargain. Why won't we keep our own side? He just told us to pray 150 days and he will be back. The miracle will surely happen. It doesn't matter what the enemy does. It doesn't matter what Satan wants to do. We have won already. Mazi have declared the winning before ever he had the problem. All we need to do now is continue to support him the best way we can by praying and doing that which he has told us to do. Preaching the gospel of unity, the gospel of peace, calling on everyone to unite together to fight this battle, more especially everybody from the southern part of Nigeria. Everybody from the southern part of Nigeria, regardless your ethnic group, regardless your tribe, regardless whatever you believe in, regardless whatever you think is disturbing you, this is the time for us to unite and fight a common cause. Mazi Kanu, as I always say, have laid a foundation, a very strong foundation laid in truth. There's nobody that can find anything evil in him. You cannot say he has done anything evil, he has stolen money, or he has converted anything from you. This is a man who has volunteered himself, giving himself up for us to have freedom. Why won't we pray along with him? Why won't you support him? It is time for us to support. It is time for every human being who is looking for freedom in that continent called Nigeria, regardless of your race. Every indigenous tribe in that continent called Nigeria, you have to speak up and pray for Supreme Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. He is coming out. It doesn't matter what you do, or even if you pray or you don't pray, he will surely come out, because Chukwu Kabiama have made it so. But for your own sake, you have to pray along with him, because the danger that is coming will consume you if care is not taken. It is not just about our Supreme Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The danger that is coming is going to consume a lot of people. And for you to be safe, you have to pray along with our Supreme Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. He has been praying, earnestly praying day and night for you and I. We have to join him in that prayer. And as I'm saying, I'm also giving a word of advice to every Biafran, everybody who is asking for freedom in that country of Nigeria, more especially all members of IPOB. This is the time for us to stand stronger than ever. If you are a member of IPOB, if you are a Biafran, a lover of truth, lover of freedom, this is the time to stand stronger than ever. A lot of bombs is going to be thrown. A lot of blows are going to come from east, west, north, and south. A lot of propaganda are going to come. More enemies are going to arise. More enemies are going to arise, but this is the time to stand strong. You have to remember one thing. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have always said it, that he is not going to disappoint us, but we will be the one to disappoint him. Let us not allow that to happen. Let us not betray our Supreme Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. He has laid a foundation for us to follow. He has established the DOS. Each time when he was around, he was always telling us to obey the DOS. And they are the voice that we have now. Whatever the DOS have said, we have to follow and obey them. Anybody who is bringing anything contrary to the information of the DOS, we will not listen to such person. We have to stop listening to gossip. We have to concentrate on this very battle. We have to be mindful of every information we pass out there, what we say, and people will listen to. There are certain things we must not say online. I know a lot of revelations are coming. Let those who are in charge of that revelation continue with it. Some information that are being sent out by DOS, they are sending those information for you and I to be awake. For us to be awake and know the danger that we are in. That is why they are sending in such informations. You can see the recent information that the DOS have sent in and named some people and mentioned some names, which I'm not going to mention on my channel. I'm not going to mention those names on this program, but we have to be careful whom we listen to. That is the most important thing. The most important thing is that we have to be careful whom we listen to. You all have to remember that while our supreme leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, was with us, there are certain groups and certain names that he mentioned that we must listen to. We have to continue to listen to those people. Starting from the platform he mentioned the platform of Simon Ekpa, that we should all follow Simon Ekpa and listen to whatever Simon Ekpa is preaching. He went to the extent, even while he was arrested, he told us Simon Ekpa to broadcast on Radio Biafra. But for one reason or the other, he wasn't able to broadcast on Radio Biafra. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu appointed Simon Ekpa to us, and he told us to follow what he said. We have to continue to watch whatever Simon Ekpa brings out and whatever he says. We abide by it and support him by all means possible. From every indication, you can see that Simon Ekpa is doing a wonderful work. A very great job. If you don't know his channel, go and search for the channel Simon Ekpa and join him on YouTube. Every time he's broadcasting, he's bringing authentic information and revelations. Those are the things we need now, not gossip. Those are the things we need now and not gossip. Another platform that was really the Mazi Nnamdi Kanu mentioned for us is Mayegu General. For those of us who do not know Mayegu General, go and search for Mayegu General live on YouTube. You will see him broadcasting. He's our brother from Oduduwa land. He says it's the way it is. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu mentioned him while he was with us, that we should listen to him. These two platforms, I can confirm to you, I have been following them bomber to bomber on daily basis. And every information that comes out from there are authentic. And they are not distracted. They don't talk about things that doesn't matter. They are concentrating on the freedom of the people. The freedom of the indigenous people of Nigeria. That is what they are concentrating on. And I am doing the same thing over here on my channel. Concentrating on the freedom of the indigenous people and nothing else. Not gossip. Not gossip. Whoever feels that he can be a betrayer to the struggle, let him or she go ahead. If anybody feels that he or she can hijack the struggle, let him go ahead. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has built a standard in IPOB. He has built a name for himself. And the standard he has built is what we are following. There is no staying in him. Whatever he says today, he says tomorrow, he says next tomorrow. Consistency of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu for any human being on planet Earth to attain that very grade of consistency, it takes you a lot. It will take you a lot. It is not easy to win the heart of the Igbos. Igbos are very difficult people to believe somebody. They don't just believe you because you are wealthy, because you are saying it. You have to pass through fire for Igbos to believe you. And for 99.9% of Igbos to be following Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, you must know that he has something to offer. He has something to offer. That is why anything he tells us, whatever he tells us to follow, that we follow. And we are going to continue to follow his step and everything he has said before he left us until he comes out and change the narrative. If anything will be changed, we have to wait for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu until he comes out to change it. It doesn't matter, you might be the closest friend of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, you might be his brother, you might be his uncle, he might be his in-law, whoever you are to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu doesn't matter to us. What matters to us is that figure we know, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, our supreme leader. He says it exactly the way it is. He has no special friend, he has no special enemy. All he is doing is saying the truth at all times. That is the man we follow. If you think you can be able to deceive us because you are close to Supreme Mazi Nnamdi Kanu or you are related to him in one way or the other, you cannot deceive us. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has built a standard that is indestructible. If you want to destroy the standard of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, you end up destroying yourself. Many people who have tried it in the past, they end up destroying themselves, and today they are no place to be found. You have to be very careful. You that call yourself a Biafran, you that call yourself a member of IPOB, be careful the people you listen to and what you say. Do not say things that are going to be detrimental to the struggle. As you all know, the ESN are working day and night for you and I. There are certain things you will say there that will demoralize those who are supporting ESN. ESN is not being sponsored by the government. It's not being sponsored by rich people. It's not being sponsored by any high and mighty people. ESN is being sponsored by you and I. ESN is being sponsored by you and I watching this video. That is why you have to be very careful what you say and how you say it. The people who are sponsoring ESN, there are some information we pass out there and you're going to destroy them and you're going to distract them from what they are doing. Nobody wants to waste his fund. Nobody wants to be wasteful. It is not going to be wasteful. Even God doesn't permit us to be wasteful. That is why we have to be very careful what we say. Our supreme leader has set a standard and we will continue to follow that standard. The ESN and every account that our supreme leader have laid down are still working perfectly well. They are working perfectly well. Everything that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have put in place, the ESN, the DOS, the accounts and whatever, they are perfectly working well. Continue to make your contributions. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has given us a standard that we will follow if we must achieve our victory, if we must achieve our freedom. It's left for us to either follow or leave it. He has done his part and still doing more. Let us support him the best way we can. Stop listening to gossip. It doesn't matter who it comes from. It doesn't matter who says it. There are some information you have to follow. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has given us every hint we need to know. Anybody who says he doesn't know what is right when he says it, he's just pretending or he's just trying to be mischievous. He's just trying to be mischievous. If you're a member of IPOB, a Biafran, a freedom lover, and you don't know what is right, you don't know what is right to say and what is right to do, you are just pretending and you're killing yourself. Let us do the right thing and follow the right way at all times. Our supreme leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, is never relenting his effort. He is consistent in every time he's saying. Whatever he's doing, very, very consistent. And whatever he says, he does. I'm going to allow you to watch some of the interview that was granted to him in the past. Those interviews are answering some questions that you and I are asking. He is still standing the same. He never changed. The Mazi Nnamdi Kanu you knew from 2012 up to today, he is still the same man you know.
Fantastic. Now we'll get to the area of my bazookas. Now it's time to fire a few bazookas at you. You've been seen by many as waging a war against your country, Nigeria, by seeking a Biafran nation. What led to your decision?
First of all, Nigeria is not my country. I was born a Biafran. My birth certificate reads Biafra, and no one has ever changed that. The fact that I was at some point or the other in possession of a Nigerian passport does not actually confer upon me their citizenship. I saw the Nigerian passport as a mere travel document because my birth certificate issued at the time of my birth reads Biafra. Nobody of the same mind will condone or accept what is happening in Nigeria. I believe that genuine attempts have been made in the past to try to remedy the wreck that Nigeria is today, but there was a palpable unwillingness on the part of the powers that be to do something about it. I detest suffering and pain. I hate to see people suffer. I hate to see people in pain. The only thing that propels me, the only thing that drives me towards this very agitation is not born out of hatred for anybody, but a desire to test freedom in our time. Nigeria was not constructed by a Yoruba man. If it were, I would have perhaps accepted. Nigeria was not created by a Fulani man. If that was the case, who knows, I may accept. Nigeria was not created by a Hausa man either. It wasn't created by a Nupe man. It wasn't created by a Gwari man, never created by a Jukun man. Nigeria was not created by an Ijaw man, not created by an Ibibio man. Nigeria was created by a white man and named by a white woman. The name Nigeria means awful, bad, evil. It means nigger, which is a swear word, is a slur in America. If a white person calls a black person nigger, they might end up in jail. Then why should I answer a name that is abhorrent before God and before man? Nobody came from all these ethnic groups. They never got together to say, from today on, name should be Nigeria. A white man determined that. I cannot go to England and say to English people, I want to rename Liverpool. I want to give it another name. I'm sure they'll think I'm mentally, unstable and put me in jail. Now, the problem is this. Why should Africans accept the name Nigeria? It doesn't mean anything in Yoruba language, doesn't mean anything in Hausa language, doesn't mean anything in Igbo language. But yet we are Africans. So I see it as a relic, or should I say a vestige of racism. I see Nigeria as an abomination, not just before God, but before man as well. Those with common sense, that is the reason why I like Thomas Sankara. Thomas Sankara changed the name from Upper Volta, that had no meaning, to Burkina Faso. Now, I wonder why educated, very savvy and enlightened Nigerians cannot see it. You have half of Yoruba land in Benin Republic. Some are in Togo. For over 20 years, I have been a very vocal advocate of a Yoruba nation that will also encompass the Yorubas in Benin Republic and those in Togo, because they are Yoruba people. Wouldn't that be very wonderful? Why should white people come from Europe and decide that some Yorubas should be Togolese, some should be from Benin Republic, and some should be from Nigeria? You're a Yoruba man. What do you have in common with a Kanuri man? Absolutely nothing. But I can tell you, you have something in common with a Yoruba man in Togo. You have something in common with a Yoruba man in Benin Republic. Why should you see a Kanuri man as your fellow citizen in Nigeria and not a Yoruba man who lives just a stone throw from Badagry? So these are the anomalies that Africans need to sit down to address. That is why we have arrested development. That is why nothing seems to be working. Because the convergence of these diverse value systems from the core Arewa North, from the West and from the East is making it impossible for Nigeria to function as a viable state. And that is a recognition that we must at this very point in time be able to address as educated people. Not that I hate Nigeria. I hate the name. I despise it with a passion. If you allow me, I wouldn't exist tomorrow morning. Anybody who answers or addresses him or herself as a Nigerian is a product of neocolonialism, not something that I am prepared to accept, because Nigeria never existed until Flora Shaw gave her that name, Nigeria. Before that, you had Oduduwa. Before that, you had Biafra. Before that, you had Kanu Empire, and all these wonderful and weird civilizations. Now, a white man cannot come from Europe and then create an identity for me. Only God in heaven can do that. and I can give an identity to my dog. The only thing you can name are your children and your pets. They are not our fathers. They are Caucasians. We are Black Africans. They have no right being in Africa and giving us names. And that I will never ever accept.
Ya ndị okwu asị ka ha bụ ha niile ma ume ahụ ma okezi ikpeazụ ma nne ya nwa odo okwu asị ka ọ bụ nke a ndị ji asị na-eri nri ịgbara ndị Fulani odibo nchi iwu osote onye isi n'obodo Naijiria ọ mgbe m nọ n'ụlọ ikoni ka m ga-etinye ha n'aka akwụkwọ si ha agaghị m emezi Biafra ọzọ unu bịa ka mgbara unu odibo ka ndị ọzọ si agbara ha odibo ha rịọrọ m njụ nsị na aga m ahapụ nwere onwe a na-azọ kwee n'ihi ndị ya niile maka ọdịmma nke ha nwa na nke ụmụ ha ma nke ụmụ ha ga-abịa n'ihi na agwara m ha okwu m si ha oge mgbe Zik a na-agwa Zik mgbe ọ na-eji ike na-akọwara Zik si ya na ebe ị na-aga n'ụzọ adịghị ya ọ na-efe isi kpakakpaka mba ọwọ Naijiria ka anyị gaa n'ihu lekwa ọnọdụ anyị n'ụbọchị nke taa na-akọwakwara ndị ya sị ha ihe a Zik mere mgbe mbụ tinye anyị na ụmị anyị nọ n'ime ya n'ụbọchị nke taa ọkwa ihe unu na-eme kedu ụzọ nwanne Nnamdi Kanu si na-eme ya na-emeju ya unu kọwara m ka m ghọta na m sị ma unu arụghị ogbe nke abụọ gafere River Niger na unu ga-arụ okporo ụzọ unu ga-emezi ebe niile ebe ụmụaka na-aga akwụkwọ ọ ga-emezi emezi ọma mma ụlọ ọgwụ a ga-arụzi ya arụzi a ga-enwe ọkụ mmiri ga na-agba ọ ga-adịrị onye ihu na mma dịrị onye azụ na mma kedu ụzọ m si mejọ ndị dị etu a asị m na ụzọ m si na-eme ya na ọ dịghị mma njọ ha sị ya mbụ ngwa agha onwenye m gbara egbe onwenye m gburu mma onwenye m gbara ụta akwa sọsọ ozi ọma Chineke si mgbasa n'igwe okwu ka m na-agbasa kezie ka o si metụta unu ọ bụ gịnị mere unu a na-asị ka akpọta Nnamdi Kanu ka egbuo ya ọha na eze na ndị gọvanọ ọkwa na gịnị mere ndị herdsmen na-egbusi ndị mmadụ n'ugwu Awụsa ndị gọvanọ ha n'ugwu Awụsa kpọbe ka abịa gbusie ha inu anunugo na onwe onye na-achị ugwu Awụsa gọvanọ pụtara sị ka egbusie ndị herdsmen unu anunugo na onwe onye Yoruba pụtara sị ka egbusie ndị OPC ọgwụ na sọsọ ndị Igbo n'ihi na unu na-agbalịka kunu ga-agbara ndị Fulani odibo onye pụta sị ka agbara Fulani odibo onye nsị na mụ abụọ Nnamdi Kanu agaghị m agbara Fulani odibo ha nwere ha kwesịrị gbara m odibo ihe na-esere mụ na ha gaa n'ugwu Awụsa ndị ha na-akpọrọ isi n'ala na-ajụ ha unu na ebe a Nnamdi Kanu ọ pụtakwa n'ụbọchị one unu hapịa ọ na-akpagharị ebe niile ego a na-enye ga-enyekwa ya ọzọ onye ahụ otiri mkpu bịa ọ gaa na BBC Igbo na-akọrọ ha aka m esokwa ya aka gị ọkwa ọgwụ ogonwa wee onye isi nche na steeti gị ị ga-agwa m na onwe ka ndị agha obodo ekwensu bụ zu Naijiria ga-esi malite na-akpa mkpamkpa n'obodo gị ịmaghị ihe gbasara ya ngwongwo niile esi be mburu akwa ebe ka esi ikpeazụ ka ebugara na gọọmenti hatụ na ezi nna m ha na-ekiri na-amụ amụ ohe were ụmụnne ha na-eresi ndị Fulani chee na ndị Fulani ga-ahụ ha n'anya wee na-ajụ na-asị gị na-eme na ọha na eze n'ụbọchị nke taa akwa ofu Jibril a ha na-agbara odibo ha na-achụrụ efi akwa ofu Jibril a bịara ugbu a bịa tisa ọha na eze tiwa ya ụzọ abụọ ịhụnanya ya
o nwere otu ọ ga-abụ ma gị ma ha nwere ike bịakọta ọnụ ka akpa ya ha ọfụma nwee nkwekọrịta otu a ga-esi gaa n'ihu
ihe na-eme na ndị be anyị wụ na ha na-aghọtachi anyị na-eme ọfụma ịjụọ ha sị na m chọrọ ikewapụ Biafra n'ime Naijiria na ọ bụghị ihe ziri ezi na iwu obodo ha akwadoghị ya na-ajụ ha sị ya kee ụzọ chọrọ isi ime ya asị na ọwụ ka aga mee ntuli aka elu anyị bịanyecha aka atụcha vootu aga na ebe a na-eme iwu anọrọ akpa ya ekwekọrịta anyị gawa n'iru njụọ ha ndị na-eme iwu obodo Naijiria mmadụ ole si Kano steeti pụta 44 ọ bụ mmadụ ole na-emekwe n'iwu a si Abia Imo na Bayelsa pụta ha erughị sọsọ Kano steeti ọ bụzi ụzọ dị aṅaa ka ị ga-esi wee nweta ihe a ibu n'obi ebe ndị ọwa anyị na ha na-awụ nọchiri egwu agara agbachi ụzọ nọchi ebe niile efe adịghị ụzọ adịghị obere ihe unu kwesịrị ịrụ unu anaghị arụ ya nwatakịrị ihe wụ ogbe nkịtị ebe na-ebute mmanụ na-ebute ukoro ọkụ ike a na-ebupụ na-akpata ego bekee wee na-eri ndị ugwu Awụsa ji na-eleta onwe ha mma wụnaba anyị ka o si bịa okporo ụzọ nkịtị unu ama nru Ọnịcha ruo Enugu kezi ihe ọzọ ị na-akọwara m ọ bụ gịnị ka imepụta were ga-eme m ga-eji wee nwee ntụkwasị obi ebe ị nọ n'ihe ị na-ekwu na ị ga-emenwu ya na ọ wụ eziokwu ihe IPOB na-emekwa nnupụ isi ka anyị na-enupụ isi akwụkwọ na-ekwu na ilu a na-atụ n'Igbo a sị mgbe ụfọdụ m okorobịa mekwana ka onye ara na-alụ nye nwaanyị ọkwana ihe anyị na-eme na mmegbu anyị na-emegbu anyị na ọ karịala na ihe a na-eme anyị na ọ dịghị mma ekunie agbagbuo anyị ege ebe a akpọ ejide ebe anyị na-azụ ahịa laa ya n'iyi ha nwa na onwe ha enweghị ihe ha pụrụ ime ha niile na-agbara ndị Fulani odibo bịakwute nna gị okwu sị nna gị okwu ana m enupụ isi nsị ha mmụọ awụ Nnamdi Kanu na magbara ha odibo uru ha bụ m ka mụ na ha mee ya ha ajụ ọjị na-ese okwu onweghị ihe ọzọ ana m ekpere ha ekpere ka onye nwe anyị baa ha n'ime ka ha nweta ezi mmụọ nchegharị ka ha ghọta na ha nwee ọrụ ha kwesịrị ịrụ n'ime ndụ ndị ha ịghọtakwa n'ọrụ a ma rụọ ya nke ọma wee ịghọta na eziokwu nọ n'ime ihe na-ekwu bụ eziokwu ka ọ bụ ha soro m kwuwe nke bụ eziokwu ha soro m kwuwe nke bụ eziokwu mmekọrịta anyị na ha na-ahụ nsogbu ọbụla adịghị kama ha nọ n'okwu asị na-agbara ndị Fulani odibo efe adịghị ha agaghị eme mmekọrịta ọbụla.
So given this scenario, I want to find out from you, from what perspective do you think Africa should come in, the whole of Africa should come in to bring the plight of the Biafran people, the indigenous people, whom you have been fighting for? How do we come in as Pan-Africans?
How you can come in is by doing what very courageous leaders in Africa did in relation to the case of South Sudan. Because in the case of Nigeria, the center can no longer hold. Everyone knows, the whole world is aware of the fact that we are ideologically, psychologically, culturally, religiously, and socially diverse. There is no meeting point. It's a very good thing that you talked about East Africa, for instance. In East Africa, there is some semblance of cohesion because Kiswahili is the lingua franca. Perhaps somebody from Uganda may understand somebody, or should I say some people from Tanzania. Some Tanzanians may be able to understand somebody, let's say, from Rwanda, because they speak the same language, they have the same understanding. So that is the basis for building something called a national cohesion. In the case of Nigeria, that is conspicuously absent. It doesn't exist. Now, the fact of the matter is this. Africa, the way it is presently set up and constituted, are merely colonial constructs, where you have people coexisting happily together. Perhaps they are very fortunate. In the case of West Africa and Nigeria in particular, I have nothing, and I repeat, nothing in common with your average Fulani person. I have more things in common with even a white British person than I do with a Fulani person. I mean, we have nothing in common. Their value system is markedly different from ours. We cannot see eye to eye. I give a very simple example. The recent case of the banning of the movement of cattle on foot in the southern part of Nigeria, for instance. In the north, that is a normal thing for them to have. But in the south, it is absolutely strange having people walking around your neighborhood with AK-47. At the slightest provocation, they kill people. That type of culture is alien to those of us from the south. And that's what we are trying to say. And it's a very good thing that we are not alone in seeking for a distinct, or should I say, separate identity. Our Oduduwa, our Yoruba brothers are also asking for the same thing, because they too have come to the realization that this Nigeria is unworkable. The Middle Belt is doing the same thing. It is not born out of hatred for anybody. That is the mistake that people keep making all the time.
They will kill us. We will kill them. At the end of the day, Biafra will come. Thank you so much for watching wherever you are watching from. May Chuko Kabia continue to bless us from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. May Chuko Kabia continue to protect us from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. May Chuko Kabia continue to lead us to Biafra. And very soon we shall celebrate together. Thank you so much and remember blessed. Bye bye. See you again on the next video.